It's not like there's like a shimmering wall there or anything, but when the soldiers are pursuing somebody and hacking at them with their weapons, when the person comes past that boundary, the soldier turns away and finds someone else to torment.
Mm.
So the bowl is actually protecting people inside that range. Also, the Church of Kovesh is burning with real fire. Part of it, like one of its windows bursts outward, and there's a big gout of flame of real fire. And the fires do not hit the area that you're in. So also
all around,
and also hideously, remember you can see a cross to the top of the other mountain with the Church of Orthodox Almism. That also is being blasted open by fires as well.
Really, the final stand here.
Yeah.
Like a big
really dramatic
arena, basically.
Okay, so do we have?
Well, I'm
Thinking of weapons or.
Yeah, I mean, I have my weapons still. Basically, the only thing that propped me up at this up until the tower.
That's true.
What was it?
But you also have your charge.
But it's like a halberd. Was it a halberd or?
Yeah,
it's not a spear, but it was a long.
Yeah, it's a pole arm. It has a blade. It's like it's better than a halberd. It's more like a glaive or something like that.
Mm.
Well, not better.
Yeah,
what I mean is that it's more formal than that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Or is it? No, I think it's a halberd. You're right. You were in the Varangian Guards, so therefore the equivalent of the Varangian Guards. So it would actually be a halberd. Yeah.
Yeah. Either way, I will be, or Andronidos will be standing with it is in a half defensive position, but passive. I'm not attacking the beast. I'm waiting for it to attack.
Okay, so I'm going to have my dice that are equal to the current mania. Damn it, I never got it up to 6. I wanted undead hordes, and I never got undead hordes. Okay. Yeah. Because if there were undead hordes, they'd be coming after Raw right now, that whole area around. But
No.
I was really looking forward to the idea of you thinking everything was fine, and then undead hordes are like, roaming the city.
Crawling through the windows.
Yeah. Exactly. Okay, so let's see how this goes. I might still get my way. We'll find out.
I think I will position myself in the front at least.
Yeah.
Or between the beast and anyone else. But defensively.
Okay, so given if you're holding charge, you're able to actually confront the entity like you did last time with more of a philosophical confrontation rather than fighting. And so you would roll 2d6 because you're carrying 2 charge, whereas Atta will roll 3d6 because you're carrying 3. And so this is if you're trying to beat it philosophically, and it's the only way to truly beat it. Killing it again is only going to come back.
Okay.
So the way to fight this thing is with your prophecy, with your power of prophecy, with your power of seeing what you think the world is like and what you think that we are going to do next, and that and that you are going to basically save the universe through the vision of your prophecy. That's the.
Do we use some kind of spell for that? Or
no, you actually just are carrying the 3 charge, so you're able to do it.
Yeah. Okay.
So, what you'll do is compare. So let's see. You've made it clear what you want or what you think is going to happen. I have a whole section about here on the artifacts, but it's really like like whoever wrote these rules is really mean. Okay. So the artifacts do help. And the bowl is going to appear like it did when it was first made, but even more glorious, right? Now it's like, well, now that this entity is confronting you, and now that you're entering into this confrontation, it looks like it should. It looks like a cosmic artifact of power.
Yeah.
So, and you're the one who actually uses. You do textiles mostly, correct? For Atta, is that correct?
Yeah.
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 Unfortunately, it would be cool if Roal were doing this, because then it's ceramics and stuff would be amazing. But as it stands, well, let's just say that it would be in a form that would have a lot of meaning for Atta personally. Whatever you think that is, just think about what it might look like. All right. So let's go ahead and do this. What are you going to tell this thing? What do you think needs to be affirmed or said so that the world doesn't get destroyed?
Mm,
And that's for both of you.
yeah.
Yeah, I would say. Well, I would. Can you imagine this is like a poetic speech
Mm-hmm.
of against this foul beast of torture and despair. It would boil down essentially to that this goodwill and positive cultural connection between people who are very different. Losing that is the thing that brings out evil in people, and vice versa. The way to combat ignorance and the things that eventually down the line lead to horrendous acts is connection and conversation.
So are you
piece is
basically professing that this is your role in the universe? You're going to make sure people know this. You're going to put everything on the line for this. You're going to stand up for this principle.
Yeah, it's yeah, exactly, and in the way that this is sort of symbolically placing myself, as the person of goodwill and charity, and this beast as the corruption and
Okay.
I guess
Well,
torture. So
the way this works
yeah.
is you get 2d6 for your charge, and the bowl being involved gives you a plus 1d6. So roll 3 and add them all together.
Does the advantage die work?
Yes, unfortunately, it does. That's
So I get
4d6.
I
That's
only have 3
ridiculous.
dice
I can't believe my rules are favoring you that well.
I don't have enough dice. I only have 3 dice. So.
Yeah, go ahead and roll. Although the advantage die will go away, because that's just a one. That's
Okay.
just a one charge spell. It's not going to last against this thing,
Oh.
right?
Okay, so that's a 1 use.
Yes. Against this, it is. Yeah.
Okay, then I will roll the 3 first, and then I will
Mhm.
tell you the numbers, and then I will roll.
Yeah.
3. That's a 6, 3, and 3. So that's a 12. And then I roll 2, so 14.
Okay. So, what this means is that you're not going to take damage. And, oh man. of those first 2 dice, what were they?
6. It was
A 6 and a 3?
6, 3, 3.
Right, okay, so
Yeah.
a 6 and a 3 for the first 2 dice. Let's see here. All right. So, let me find my sheet. Okay, and then for Atta, with 3 dice plus 1 for the bowl, so that's 4 dice as well.
Ja, den läser jag bara.
A 6, a 4, and a 1.
Okay, so in your
Should I
case,
roll another one?
no, it's 6, a 4, and a 1. Hold on. And then roll 1 more.
4. Yeah.
Okay. And a 4. Okay, so that makes 4 dice total, correct?
Yeah.
Okay,
6,
well, you
4,
guys were
1,
very
4.
advantaged against this thing, and you also rolled a lot of 6s. So, anyway, it ends up with basically, hold on, let me cope with this thing. Right. Okay. So basically what happens is you guys defeat this thing. It basically dissipates. But the way the game works is that confronting it like this is enough to say it's over. It's all a question of how much you were able to knock back the clock. That's why I wanted to know those specific dice results, because it depends on the red die. I didn't set it up right so we knew which die was which, but I just treated it as the last die in your basic roll. So it was Andronico's second die, and it was Atta's third that I used. That basically knocks the clock back to a starting position, to a particular place. So I now know the clock's final number. But the two of you, oh, and by the way, I didn't ask, Atta, what have you sworn to uphold and do in the I stand for this. Basically, you guys are sort of shaking your fists at the forces of destruction.
Yeah, I'm thinking that I think the importance is that because I was thinking that the religions have there are so many different types of versions of the religions, and also cultures and hats and clothes and everything, and that is making the people separating the people a bit. That were looking at the others in a different way, and it's very so.
It's not very holy city of them, is it?
Yeah, right. So I was thinking that what do you call the people who know a lot about the religions, like
clerics, theologians, yeah.
Yeah, that I really want to set up some kind of thing that they all come together and start to.
So you're going to tell all the priests what to do. That'll go well.
Yeah, but like coming together and actually intellectually trying to find out what they all stand for.
Right.
So, what is the most important thing, or things that we, our religions stand for, that are, so that it becomes more, not that it can still be a lot of religions, but that they have more connection to each other, basically. So I think that would be
Mm-hmm. Interesting. It's not that different from what the Neo-Koveshians are trying to implement, at least in theory.
yeah.
Right. But okay. Let's see here. Ending a vision. Do I have any instructions for myself for this? By the way, what would Raw? I'm trying to think of something to sort of close you out. That's not too boring for you as a player.
No.
Ending a given vision, right. The conclusion, confrontation with the entity at charge, right. If you use charge times 3 against the entity, the vision is finished. Right? That actually happens. Let's look a little bit at altered life and family, just for some perspective, in a long-term way. Raw's life has not changed very much, although everybody will sort of talk about that bad couple of days when there was some kind of a, madness. But you'll discover, and Raw will not have this effect, but everyone else will, that they know, that he knows. It seems much milder in memory than you remember. People talked about, how you were bitten by a dog, just some random dog. There was some sort of problem, that the soldiers came in and fixed, and everything was fine. And your memories of the flames and of the memories of the true deadly terror, right, that threatened the city, that for at least a little bit it seemed as though people sort of shared or perceived in some way, they don't remember it at all. Okay. Oh, there was a terrible fire at the church. Good thing they put it out.
Rabid dogs. Some group of rabid dogs were out.
Right, at worst.
But they dealt with it.
Yeah, everything was fine. And hey, Raw, remember that day that dog bit you? That sort of thing.
Yeah.
It's flashbacks.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Raw seems to remember that with particular horror the
right.
whole day.
Right. And so then for the others, it's a little bit more complicated.
Yeah.
For one thing, the artifact does in fact have long-term effects that I want to manage here. A person close to Ata has a deep misfortune occur. And since I should go with what we've already accomplished in play, I really hate to do this. It makes me feel like a bad person. But I think the girl who had come to talk to you ended up being grievously harmed by the events of the vision in some way. And had already exhibited some effects of the mania, or being victimized by the mania. And I strongly suspect that she had ended up very, very badly injured and probably isn't going to recover. She's alive, but will not recover from the effects. Their permanent harm was done of some kind. And in a way, you don't stand up against the forces of destruction without paying some kind of price. I don't think it's going to have a direct effect on Ata. It's not traceable to you. Right? Or in any way. You did interact with her, and there was some kind of concern about you, or you were sort of removed from her presence. But I don't think that it has. I don't. But what happens to her after that had nothing to do with you personally.
So they don't blame me for it.
Right. I don't think so.